Today's date is May 7th, 2021, Friday. The time's approximately 12:21 a.m. I'm just at the McLaren Hotel, obviously. I'm just reporting a theft of a notebook number 56. It had went missing. It was around the time that has the transcripts of February 9th, 2021. Something like that I would notice. That to me, some fucking retard would only go and steal something like that from me, a clown. With that being said, I'm getting sick of this because I had also lost out on my MPI guarantor forms for approximately 2 months, and they keep repeating. This is intimidation. It's this. I can't prove it, of course, because I don't. But in return, since I'm going to be alleging Chief Danny Smythe, possibly Lori Dawson, a Meg, a Charmaine, possibly Dale Donovan, Joe Ducharme, Donna Koss, possibly even my brother Chris Hastings and other relatives. So what I'm alleging is I stole information probably relating to the 4L telecommunication. I'm alleging that a company had committed an act of treason and accessory human trafficking of children, manufacturing and documents, possible identity theft ring associated there. And it seems like they're probably going to go after the finances of that, just probably like the way they probably went after Garda World. I don't know if they did or didn't. But I'm alleging at this point that I'm making a considerable case of international treason for both sides. Also to the Canadian Security Intelligence Act, along with the Security of Information Act. I'm alleging that Chief Danny Smythe reported that there was some inappropriate use of Canada Post uniforms out of Walmart and here in the McLaren Hotel. And it appears that these guys are not only is it espionage, what they're most likely doing, but sabotage. They're sabotaging my evidence and my timeline, and I think they're doing it with the intent to pull off a major wealth identity theft over my case and circumstances. So at this point, I'm going to be alleging or reporting October 4th, 2019. Service Canada, there was an eruption of the or disruption of the computer system. I'm alleging that was an act of probable intimidation to try and prevent me sending a criminal complaint against Prime Minister Justin Trudeau that day. That was the day I found out of my mother passing away. And there's a few other things. So there's that. I'm going to be alleging Canadian Security Intelligence crimes along with Security of Information Act crimes are being committed with the use of Service Canada, 4L Telecommunications, Staples Store, obviously the Winnipeg Police. And I have concern that I don't know who this Meg is, but I'm thinking maybe it's probably going to be Chief Smythe, Lori Dawson, and Meg, Sherry Hastings, and Charmaine, Joe Flett. I'm alleging that there's possibly deceased families that have probably been subject to multiple murders or massacres in relation to my case. I suspect there's going to be possibly 2 dead families. I'm thinking the Patrick Chief family, and I don't know if it's Darcy Rose or something that's close to that. But I think it looks like the families are being killed and people are taking the money and cashing in on their identity every month or so, however that may work. It looks like to me they also luring people here to the hotel. I would say Hells Angels associates and things like that. Probably high up organized crime as well, trying to take out hits. During this time, they're committing these type of crimes on me. And to me, it's only furthering international treason. That their agenda is to honestly just further their what they're doing here. I'm going to be alleging these crimes are acts of evil on world peace, world democracy, if you will, and that I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna make it so that the world demands that these people go to jail for the rest of their lives or whatever the law permits. A lot of them are going to be looking at life in prison for the treason. Plus, you have the sabotage and espionage. I'm also concerned that my former residence of 1-101 Lauren Avenue is being subject to a major fraud there. Um, I'm alleging the eviction wasn't an eviction that was illegal by the police. That was an act of sabotage. They got rid of evidence there that I was going to report from my mother's death. So all these acts that they're committing on me, the use of not registering my criminal complaints, the hindering of my notebooks and my materials, that's criminal intimidation alone if you're doing that to people's property. And given the circumstances that these materials implicate people in treason and organized crime, crimes against humanity, that I think this would also be categorized as an act of sabotage. So I'm going to be reporting this as a sabotage. and that I'm going to be also reporting Donna Koss. I have reason to believe Donna Koss, Michael Fox, Sherry, whoever it may be, are the ones most likely participating in these frauds. Donna had indicated this was about a cat. That led into the Darius incident, into the March 4th incident. I kind of get feeling that Donna is an American agent at this point. I also made reports that I seen a Dean Crazy drive by today on Portage Avenue. So at this point, I'm alleging that all these crimes, that these things that are happening, these are acts of espionage and or sabotage. That there could be international government officials here from wherever committing a fraud or were committing a fraud, and now they're attempting to sabotage anything that I'm doing so they can get away with their crimes of treason on world peace. I wouldn't call it world democracy at this point. Democracy is a system of government institutions. When you know what you're doing, you're building a case. That's what democracy is. My case is this isn't democracy. This is fucking rape and murder and antagonizing someone. So anyone that sits there and defends democracy and won't give me my rights, my identity, won't give me nothing, and they're sitting here having this stuff raped, that's democracy. That's what democracy is. The institution thing, the system of institutions, it doesn't work. I would, but I'm pretty well building a major case on North American democracy, if you will. It's sad to say, but it's pretty fucking bad what these guys are doing. So as it stands, these complaints are now elevating to Security of Information Act, sabotage, bus systems, telecommunications, and all of that. Who's ever stealing my materials from there, you can thank them for that. I'm also reporting, reporting or however it may be, that I suspect that 101 major identity theft, that they were most likely sitting upstairs while we were living on the bottom, that these identity thieves, police corruption, organized crime were going in and out upstairs there, and that they're always around me. They seem to surround me. I noticed there was a neighbor that looked like Donna Costa was next door. I noticed Randy lookalikes where I'm going, so that's why I'm starting to think that they have the fake family thing going on, and I'm starting to think that some of these victims are dead as well.